Today is April 10th, 1957, and we're all in the same New York County courthouse, speaking and looking at each other with much confusion, thinking whether we should free this young 18-year-old boy accused in the stabbing death of his father or not. How is it fair? How is it fair that a young, good, and adequate boy, a victim, could lose the beginning of his youth due to a wrongfully established case? We shall not dispute it. We shall acknowledge it. We are not here today to spend 10 minutes discussing this crime just to say that he's guilty without further thought. That is not why you are here. You are here to determine if this 18-year-old boy really murdered his father, even if he intended it. The answer to that question is simply no. Here's what we truly know. This boy has been unreasonably accused, and the evidence has been overlooked while the prosecution has made you believe that this boy is a cold-blooded killer that feels no guilt or regret for his father. Each piece of evidence can be easily contradicted. As what we know about the knife, which was purchased the night of the murder. After having a major fight with his dad, he wanted to get away from his house as he lives in a high-recorded criminal neighborhood. He did not feel safe, leading him to buy this knife from a convenience store for his own defense. Also explaining that the knife was not one of a kind since it was bought at a convenience store. The boy is also very knowledgeable with knives. That is something to think about. The crucial wound on his father cut him on the weird angle. If the boy would really have cut the man, he would know better than to hit him with an overhand cut. Besides all of this, no fingerprints were found on the knife. So how could we relate this all to the boy without giving him the benefit of the doubt? Also, as mentioned earlier, the boy wanted to get away from his house, so he went to see a movie. He was under total distress, as you guys can probably imagine. He could have sneaked into the movie theater due to lack of money, which was spent on the switch knife. That would also explain why he had no stamp or ticket on him, and that way he did not also care to look at the title of the movie as he wanted to sneak in. To add on, the movie theater is quite busy at all times, so that would explain why no workers would have seen him. Also, what about the man? The old man claiming to hear the boy yell that he's going to kill his father. How could all of this be possible? How does an old man with bad hearing could make up any real dialogue with a loud train passing through by his house? This man is not a reliable witness. The train would only be too loud for him to clearly hear anything. And lastly, another point is that the lady that swears to have seen the murder from her bed through the window wears Strong's bifocals. If she has been woken up by a sound and decided to look through her window for a couple of seconds in time to see the so-called murder through her window, murder committed by the boy, she would not have had time to put on her glasses to actually identify the murder, leading us to the fact that the murder could have been anybody with the male features. There should not be a reason to be fearful of this young boy. Yet there should be a reason to be fearful of the idea that what is happening to this young boy could happen to you at any point. Due to a mistake, coincidence, and a wrong take in evidence, the whole weight of the court would fall upon you. You will be tucked away into a jail cell, counting away the days until the end of your youth and life, forgotten by the people, and nobody would fight for you because you're just a criminal. So I repeat one more time. Let's not send this boy to the death penalty. He is not guilty.